Every Friday at midnight, another store employee dies. Same method, same timing, and never a trace of who did it. My name is Danny Coleman, and I used to work the night shift at a gas station in a small Ohio town. It was the kind of place people stopped for cigarettes, cheap coffee, or a moment of light in the middle of the night. But for me, that store was something darker. It was where I first saw death reflected in someone's eyes, where I learned that not everyone standing in the dark outside a gas station is a customer. 3 Fridays in a row, 3 different employees had been murdered during the night shift. Same exact time, same exact way. And every time, the security cameras captured nothing but a flicker of movement like a shifting shadow. No body, no face, just something drifting through the aisles like smoke. The police warned me bluntly, "Stay alert, Danny. You might be next." The next Friday, rain hammered the windows so hard it sounded like fingertips tapping the glass. I kept glancing at the security monitors above the counter. 4 screens, nothing but empty aisles and dark corners, except the backdoor camera where a faint, blurry shape shimmered for a second before disappearing. I tried telling myself it was weather interference, but a cold tightness settled in my chest, the same dread the previous employee mentioned the day before he died. Around 2 a.m., a white truck pulled up outside. Its door opened, but no one stepped inside. There weren't even any wet footprints on the floor. Just a cold gust of air like someone had forced the door open without entering. I called out, "Hello? Anyone there?" But the only reply was the steady drumming of rain and then a faint rattling noise from the back of the store. Moments later, the entry bell chimed even though the door hadn't moved an inch. The silence that followed was thick and suffocating. My eyes snapped to the monitors. Something was standing in the freezer aisle, perfectly still. But when I looked toward the freezers, the aisle was empty. My pulse hammered against my ribs, and then the power went out. The store fell into complete darkness until the red emergency lights flickered on, washing the aisles in a blood-colored glow. That's when I heard it. Soft, slow footsteps behind me. I spun around, but no one was there. The store speakers crackled, and a broken, distorted voice whispered through them. "Just like the others. Friday, 2:57 a.m. Your time has come." Every other employee had died at exactly 2:57. "Who are you?" I shouted. "Show yourself." Instead of answering, the freezer doors on the opposite aisle began opening one by one. My reflection stared back at me from each glass door, except one. In that door, someone else was standing behind me. A tall, dark silhouette with no face, only 2 sunken pits where the eyes should be. I ran toward the front door, but it was jammed like someone was holding it shut from outside. I pounded on the glass, screaming for help, but the street was empty and the streetlights were dead. Then I saw the security reset button glowing under the counter, the one that alerts the police instantly. I lunged toward it, but a figure stepped into my path. It wasn't human. Its body moved like smoke shaped into a person, and with each step the temperature dropped until my breath turned into white vapor. It stopped inches away, so close I could feel something cold brushing my face. It had no mouth, but somehow I heard it breathe. Then it spoke. 4 Fridays. 4 souls. Now the 5th. I grabbed the hammer under the counter and threw it with everything I had. It passed right through the figure as if through fog. The moment it passed, the store shook and the lights flickered. For a split second, I saw the thing clearly. It wasn't a shadow. It was a man, wearing a torn, ancient mask. Black, hollow eye holes. Human, but impossibly silent. Before he reached me, I slammed the reset button. The alarm shrieked through the store. The masked figure froze, straightened, and then dissolved back into the shadows. The police arrived 10 minutes later, but the store was empty, except for the mask lying in front of the freezers. Later, the police told me something worse. The white truck I'd seen was registered to someone who died months earlier. And the fingerprints inside the mask? They matched the last 3 murdered employees. "So he forces them to wear it?" I asked. The officer looked at me and shook his head. "Danny, it looks like their prints didn't get on the mask from wearing it. It's like the killer absorbs each victim, like each soul becomes part of him." When I reviewed the security footage from that night, I saw what he meant. In one frame behind the masked man stood 3 more silhouettes, the same shapes as the employees who were killed. And tonight, it's Friday again. There's a white truck parked outside my window. The door hasn't opened yet. The engine isn't running, but I know